Hey guys, it's been a while since my last non-RC video, but I just got the Precision Mathews Pm-940m-CNC, and it came in on yesterday, Friday, and it is freaking massive. At least the crate is. I mean, the machine is large, but this is the machine box. And then we have the base over here, and not quite sure I'm going to do this. I might just do a time lapse, just because I'm going to turn on a little propane here because it's kind of cold out here, while I wait to I gotta hang this heater, and I ran one in my last shop and it worked fine, but it was a lot smaller. It was only 700 versus 2400, but I have enough insulation that I think it'll be okay. But yeah, so once I get all this uncrated, there will be a lot more videos regarding this machine. But I'm going to go ahead and give dimensions, because I'm pretty sure people are interested in that. And so the crate, width-wise, is that 45 1/4, and then from the bottom of the crate, or the pallet, to the top is about 59 1/4, and then from the bottom of the crate box, looks like it's 54 3/4, and I think it's a perfect box, but we'll check anyways. Looks like about 48 inches in depth, so it's pretty huge. So I'm gonna get to work getting this unboxed. I'm just gonna do a time lapse because I'd end up speeding up the video anyway. But yeah. Alright, so I got the mill base out of the crate, and there was a plate, this plate right here, that was on the inside. I just moved it out so it wasn't clinking around, and there was a little bit of shipping damage, and it was on the front. I'm not really that worried about it. It's just a little chip. I was planning on painting the base a machine gray color, kind of like what I did with the plasma table. But this base is extremely heavy. I think it was like 300-400 pounds, and I'm gonna end up flipping it over to get measurements for the mounting feet, because I want to extend that out and put I want to extend it out so I can use machine leveling casters. That way when I put it in permanent place, I can just roll it there. I think it was like $75 for 4 of them, and they're supposed to be good up to 2,600 pounds. I don't plan on moving this much, but it would be nice if I needed to get behind it to move it a little. And then I guess I didn't read the listing, but it actually came with its own flood coolant pump, which I actually wasn't expecting, but I mean, that might be standard, or it might have just came with it, because it took, oh man, I think it took like 6-7 months to get this machine. So it's definitely, if they have to order it, you're going to be waiting a while, because they have to make it, you know, make the machine in China and then ship it. And there were a couple of issues shipping issues that they had ran into, and they got behind on production. But Matt from Precision Mathews was, you know, quick to respond to any emails. I'd message him every now and again, just, you know, to get a quick status update, just kind of see how things are going. And he's always quick to respond. And when I made the final payment, they had it shipped in like 2-3 days, UPS freight. But I'm going to get to work on this next one. You know, it's just going to be another time lapse, kind of boring to watch a video of somebody uncrating a machine, but I'll try to keep the time lapse short. But anyways, we'll update here in a bit once I got this uncrated. Okay, so here I got the top of the crate open, and I mean, this thing's freaking huge. I thought maybe the crate was a bit oversized, and that turned out not to be the case. And it's a lot more massive than I thought it was actually going to be, but which is a good thing, because I did actually want a larger CNC mill, but I thought I'd update real quick. And more to follow here shortly. Thanks. Okay, got the mill all uncrated. We'll just start at the front, I guess. So we can see it's a Pm-940m-CNC, and they included the hand wheels, but you can see here, I mean, that's a huge ball screw. I'd have to look at the spec, I forget exactly what it is. I have a lot of cleanup on the grease that it was shipped with. This is an R8 taper, and I've already ordered the Tormach TTS for it. They even included the DRO, which I thought was actually kind of neat. It's not really needed, but it's definitely not bad to have. And then flood coolant nozzle. I'm gonna have to build. Well, I'm gonna end up building an enclosure for this, but just overall, I mean, the machine is just freaking massive. There's the limit switches right here. It looks like they attached it directly to the bed. And then here's another drain port for coolant, the one-shot oiler. And I'm not sure, I gotta read the manual, so I'm not 100% sure. I thought there was gonna be a lever, but I think it does. It looks like it does it automatically. And stepper motors they appear to be an NEMA 34 size lead chime stepper motor. I don't know what model, I don't see a model number on there. And then we'll go up. This is the electronics cabinet. We'll come back to this side here in a minute. And on the inside it has these latches, so you want to do the latches and then lock it. I'm the only one that uses my shop, so I'll probably never lock it, but I'll leave the key in there. I have no idea what this is. Maybe power router? Yeah, I don't know. And then it's all DIN rail mounting. All the cable routing is extremely clean. Looks like a couple of relays. I'm assuming that these are relays. These are relays too, because I see it normally closed, normally open, but it might be for the limits. Looks like we got a couple of fuses. I don't know what this is. I'd have to look up the part number on it. And then we got 3 lead shine. Let me see if I can get in there. What is that? DMA860H. Stepper drivers. I'm not sure if this is... I mean, this is the, I guess, the motion controller. It is USB, and which is kind of a bummer because I want to use LinuxCNC on it, but I think I'll run Mach for just for a while, just to get going. I've never ran a mill before, but I've ran, plasma table router, my C-beam machine, so I don't think it's going to be much different, or it shouldn't be. Just until I get everything settled, and it's just, I'm really impressed with how clean everything is, and so far so good. There's a couple of nicks here, but I mean, that's not stuff that I would actually even worry about. I'll probably end up repainting this. You can kind of see here the paint, they closed it before it was completely dry, so it's got a little bit of surface rust, but again, I'm not worried about it. They should have put a grommet here, but I can always add that. That's just little stuff. And then, yeah, this is pretty solid. And then oh, sorry. And then another thing is, I didn't realize, I didn't see anywhere that it came with a pendant, and I have no idea what this pendant is, because I'm running one on the lathe, and I was going to run one on here as well, but I mean, it's, bonus, because now I don't have to buy one, and this one should be good enough to do what I need it to do. So it looks like, I'm assuming thou, 10 thou, 100 thou is what I think. I gotta read the manual, because I have to put everything together. And then they routed the USB cable, just your standard USB cable, and then you have a master on-off switch, and it says on and off. And then we have, oh, here's the stepper. And okay, so this is let's see if I can get that in there. So this is a 86HS45-14, and it's 8th degree, 4.2 amps. And this thing, my phone next to it, and this thing is just massive. And I'm assuming this is for the X, is what it looks like. I might have to loosen the coupler, but I'm not going to do that right now. So we got stepper motor goes on this side, and then they actually included the hand wheels on the other side, which is, I think, is really nice, because sometimes you need, or at least me, I find that I want to move the machine just a little bit without having to go through the motion controller. software. And then this, I'm thinking, is for the one-shot oiler. And let's see if I can get this off. I decided not to go with the variable frequency drive, just because I was going to run LinuxCNC, but since I have to change out the motion controller, I'll run mock and just kind of make do. I mean, it's okay. I'll probably end up building my own. The specs on the motor are 1.5 kilowatt, 10.9 amps. It is a 220 volt, so you do need a 220 service. And then you have your Z-axis limits, and then the limit switches right here. You can see that they're roller limit switches. And then they have bellows there on the Z-axis, and on the Y, I think it's the Y, it might be the X. But and then you have a plastic or just a rubber weight cover here. I'll probably end up doing a sliding cover, but we can see hand wheel up front, hand wheel on the right hand side of the bed, and then stepper motor on back, and then Z-axis stepper motor. I don't know if this is going to be a larger stepper motor, because I know, like on the Grizzly builds, you guys will run different size motors between the XY and then or they'll run the same size motor on the XY, and then they'll run a larger motor on the Z, because it's, you know, it's moving a lot of weight up and down. It's got a lot of resistance. Yeah, I don't know, let's see. Oops. So this is it won't focus, but it's an 86HS85-14 4.9 and 86HS45-14. So I wonder if this is a 450 inch ounce motor, and this one's an 850. I don't really know. I mean, you can look it up, but this one is physically much larger. But it does come with the light. I'll probably, when I build the enclosure, I'll keep this light and add a lot more. I don't think anybody's ever had an issue, complained about having too much lighting. And then it came with, I have no idea what's in this box. I didn't crack it open, but I gotta open that. It came with the USB key, so I gotta see what's on there, and then the manual. And so I'm gonna go through that before I go any further, because I want to make sure I get this thing cleaned from all the nastiness, and I'm not sure even how to clean it, to be honest. I'll probably try simple grain, and then I gotta get it off this pallet, which this thing's, I mean, it's freaking huge, so that's gonna be a chore in itself. I might have to, I've seen a lot of guys cut the pallet, so I'm gonna probably have to cut the pallet, I think. But I want to get the wheels on that so that I can set it up and move it around if needed. So I'll probably pick up just some rectangle tubing, some thick-walled rectangle tubing to do that. It'll only probably take, an hour or two to get it fitted, welded, and but yeah. So this is the mill. I think I paid, it was $7,500. I put 20% down which was like 1415 or something, and then I think it was like 5800 I think it was, once the mill came in. But overall, I mean, it's larger than a Tormach, because I did compare. Originally I was going to buy a Pm940m-CNC 1100, but I wanted 12 inches of travel, and that the Tormach just wasn't big enough to do that. I don't know why I settled on 12 inches. It just seemed like a really good size, because you could run a 6-inch vise on it, and you just overall machine larger parts on it, which I figure I only want to buy once. You know, I don't run a business or anything, so this was all out of pocket, and I just saved up for it because I've always wanted a mill, and it would make projects like my CNC table back there a lot easier, for milling milling plates that I needed, that I milled on the open build C-beam, and it took it's like 2.5 hours to mill these plates. Surface finish is okay, it's not great by any standard, but it was definitely good enough to get it to work. And I could have, it's definitely usable, but if instead of spending 6 hours, I haven't ran tool paths on the other on the mill, but I'm pretty sure in 2 hours I could probably make 20 of these, possibly, I don't know, but you can use a large rougher, 1/2 inch to do the bulk of this, come back, clean it up with a 1/4 inch, and it's just going to be more time efficient for me to get stuff done. And then there's always been little things that I've needed to mill that I just didn't have the ability to, especially steel. I find that I want to mill steel quite a bit, and I just can't. So yeah, so that's the machine, and there will definitely be a lot more updates, machining videos, definitely building an enclosure for this thing, because I don't want to get just crap all over my floor, and plus I think it looks great or nice when you put it in an enclosure. Originally I was going to move the electronics, but with the way that they have them, I'm not going to move them, so I got to figure out a different way. I'll probably just butt it up flush with this and then build the enclosure down. So I'll definitely have to be bolt together so that I can move the mill onto the stand, and then just put the enclosure around it. But I'll have to get dimensions, rough dimensions, kind of do a rough model so that I know what I'm working with, and then build the enclosure. So but anyways, thanks for watching this uncrating video, and if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. Alright, thanks.